HB 782.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Committee members. House Bill 782 is a supplemental appropriation bill that makes constitutionally required payments to the IUAL for fiscal year 23 surplus and $8.9 million payment to lasers, $23.6 million to the teacher's retirement, means of finance swap and medical vendor payments to free up $249 million in SGF, $2.9 million to DOTD for highway projects, $15.9 million to GOSEP, $3.5 million to GOSEP
Make that motion.
for Louisiana Center for Schools, Safe Schools, $750,000 to the Office of the Public Defender, $7.4 million to crime labs throughout the state, $7 million to the domestic
Mr.
violence
Chairman,
shelters.
could you hold up and let us get this passed out?
Okay. Now, this is as the bill it was when it left the House.
Okay, I think everybody's got it. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's okay. 7.4 million to crime lab, 7 million to the domestic violence shelters, 1.2 million to the Patriot Scholarship, 1 million to the Grow the Good, 1 million to the READ program, 2.7 million in judgments, and 46 million in state aid to local governments.
Okay, Senator Edmonds.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Chairman, I know you went. We're trying to catch up with you.
But no, that was as the bill came
Yeah.
from the House.
All right. So on the Office of Juvenile Justice, I know we had some issues with that, and I'm trying to find it real quick. Do you know if we were able to fund the what you guys take a look? I think that's on page 10. I don't know if you have the bill or not.
Okay.
All right, so were we able, was that the ask, was that out of the governor's executive budget on the youth services for security detail, that 11 million? Do you remember a couple of those, if you could?
Was that? Yes.
That was the ask?
That was the
Okay,
ask
so
from
we
the
filled
governor's
ask.
office.
Okay.
Yes.
And then, I'm trying to go back quickly.
No, you're fine.
All right, so go back to lasers. What was the payment to lasers?
8.9 million.
And again, was that,
That's what was constitutionally required.
that was required?
Because of the surplus.
And did we make any other debt payments?
23.6 million to the teacher's retirement.
Okay, and how did we fund that part of it? Did we take it out of excess?
Fiscal year 23 surplus.
Surplus, okay. All right, was there any other major surplus monies that y'all decided to bring in this that is significant that you could update us?
Not to my knowledge.
I'm moving as fast as I can.
No, you're fine. Not to my knowledge.
And did we, and what about the excess?
So the excess was utilized in 2.9 million to the highway projects, 15.9 million to GOSEP for project closeouts, 3.5 million for GOSEP for the Louisiana Center for Safe Schools, 750,000 to the Public Defender's Office, 7.4 million to crime labs. That would be the North Louisiana Crime Lab, the Acadiana Crime Lab, Orleans Crime Lab, and
That's of state police?
that's right. Now, there's a separate one in the state police, but the Orleans has to utilize the state police, so we'd given them 1.3 million. That's included in that 7.4 million for them to help catch up their backlog with state police.
Some of that was request when we had second special session on that as well?
It is.
Okay, and did that fill that void?
It did.
Okay.
That should fill the shortfall. We used 7 million to fund the domestic violence shelter statewide. 1.2 million for the Patriot Scholarship Fund, 1 million to the Grow the Good. That is the SNAP benefits for the farmers markets. 1 million to the READ program. We funded the judgments to 2.7 million. That was the request that we had we received from members.
What was that number again?
2.7 million.
Okay. And did that fill that, was that the total ask?
Yes, yes, sir. That
Okay.
was everyone that had filed a piece of legislation requesting funding for a judgment.
Okay.
Then an additional 46 million in state aid to local governments. Now, we also transferred money, 83.8 million to the Transportation Trust Fund, 15 million to the Over Collections Fund, 10 million, that 15 million for the Over Collections Fund, that was monies that we were using for appropriation for a teacher stipend as well. 10 million to the Voting Technology Fund, 10 million to the Louisiana Economic Development Fund, 10 million to the Capital Outlay Savings Fund, 8 million to the Riverboat Gaming Enforcement Fund, 7 million to Louisiana State Parks Improvement and Repair Dedicated Fund, 5 million to the Louisiana Agricultural Finance Authority Fund, 1 million to the Louisiana Outdoors Forever Fund, and 500,000 for the Small Business Innovation Retention Fund.
Were we able to do anything, Commissioner Odom had not Commissioner Odom, I am dating myself.
It's all right.
It's late and I'm tired, so sorry, pardon me. From we had a lot of money that we had to spend over in the western part of the state for firefighting, and I know the commissioner was asking for multiple funds to try to get him back in line, equipment, different kinds of things. I think you and I talked about that.
We have.
We were able to do anything in that?
So as I appreciated, 15 million was given to, which, there was some federal dollars we were gonna have to have match money for. It was $15 million suggested by the administration to be utilized for that.
So that probably got him close to his ask, I think.
I think it did.
It's close?
As I understand
Tanisha,
it.
it's close? Yeah, okay. One final, I'm sorry, Mr. Chairman, I'm thinking here,
Good.
not thinking well, but I'm trying.
good.
I need another Diet Coke, I can't think anymore, okay? Let's go back to the surplus. So do you remember what is rainy day fund now that we've been able to put Constitution required in it? Do you know what do we know the balance on what that'll bring us to? Just a ballpark. We're in ballpark land, we're fine.
Okay. It's 975, but it will be over $1 billion.
Over $1 billion, okay. Well, look, I know this is a lot of work. That was several questions I had to make. I'm sure others have, but I wanted to tell you I've worked with you. This is 9 years in a row, and I'm proud of your work, and I know you work hard. You're very dedicated, so I know we appreciate your good work. So I may think of something else in a minute.
That's all right.
Thank
We'll
you.
get you a Diet Coke in a minute.
I'll do it. I'll get you a steak to go with it. How about that? Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, the board's clear. I'd like to make a motion to adopt the global set of amendments time stamped at 6:07.
We'll make a motion to move to a federal action.
Senator Edmonds,
Let's adopt the amendments first.
I'm getting to that.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I've got a motion there to adopt the global set of amendments time stamped 6:07. I don't see any objection on that motion, so amendments will be adopted.
Now I'll move the bill favorable.
I got,
What about that set
Don't we have another set?
please,
I'm sorry.
motion, you have set number 4127. You want to go, we can go through those, Sherry?
Certainly, sir. Set number 4127 is just additional amendments that were not included in the 107-page document They just were not put into our database, and they are a set of amendments for the Department of State and the Secretary of State, the Office of Cultural Development, and then several different local government appropriations. And it's a set of four pages, and that's basically what the amendments do. They're mostly local initiatives that needed to be included in our run.
Okay. Have a motion to adopt the amendments, set number 4127. I see no objection in the adoption of those amendments. Amendments will be reported adopted. Okay, also, I'd like to make a motion to allow staff to make necessary technical changes. I see no objection, motion carries. Okay, on the bill.
Any questions on the bill?
Any questions on the bill? Any objection to the motion of the bill?
Now I'll make a motion.
Now, the man that's
As amended.
needing Diet Coke makes a motion to accept the bill as amended, to move the bill favorable. See no objection, bill move favorable, be reported favorable.